38, adding and subtracting decimals, numbers and whole numbers, and squares and square roots. Yay! All right, we're starting with perimeter. Paper used in school is often 11 inches long and 8.5 inches wide. Find the perimeter of a sheet of paper by adding the lengths of the four sides. All right, so for perimeter, we are going to add, so we have a piece of paper that is 11 by 8.5. Now, even if it's not written on there, you need to add 11 2 times because we're adding all four sides. The top is also 11. So I have 11 plus 11. And then these two sides have to be the same Z's as well, the width. So then plus 8.5 plus 8.5. So perimeter is all the distance around the figure. And you can add whatever you want first. I think it's easiest to add these two. 11 and 11 is 22. And then I like to add these two together. 8 and 8 is 16, plus another halvesies and a halvesies is 17. All right. And then we're going to add those together to get 39. And then don't forget units on these problems. So I have 39 inches. All right, subtract 12.75 minus 5. So there is a tiny decimal here that you don't see, okay? So I'm going to put that decimal on there. And since there's two spots, I really need to add these two decimals. Okay, you have to line up your decimals to add or subtract decimals. So I'm going to do 12.75 minus 5. All right, and Henry, what did you get? 7.75. Yes, okay, 5 minus 0 is 5. 7 minus 0 is 7. And then 12 minus 5 is 7. So I get 12 or 7.75. All right. Whoops. Did I skip these? No. Woo. All right. What is 12 squared? All right. 12 squared. So first of all, we are going to write 12 squared like that. So it has a little 2 up at the top like that for 12 squared. This actually means 12 times 12. This is one that you do want to memorize in your Saxon math life. You will see this over and over again in every Saxon book. Okay, Miles, what's 12 times 12? Yeah, it's 144. Now, you can work it out. If you don't know it, multiply it off to the side. But I would try to memorize 12 times 12 is 144. All right, now write down 3 squared plus 4 squared. Now, people do miss 3 squared a lot, all right, because their brain tells them the wrong thing. 3 squared means 3 times 3, all right, and 4 squared means 4 times 4. You have to multiply before you add, okay? So you're going to do the multiplication first. So everyone, what is 3 times 3? All right, and everyone, what is 4 times 4? 16. Okay, and then you add last to get 25. All right, what is the area of a square with sides 5 meters long? A whole lot of you guys missed points on the test from last Friday because you didn't do FSEU, formula substitution, actually write the answer and the units. You guys were like, oh, that's 30. All right? Anytime you're doing area, you have to write down the formula first. And you want to do it exactly in this order, all right? Now I'm going to plug in, we have sides 5 meters long for this lovely square. They're all 5 all around, but the base is 5 and the height is 5. If you did this on the test, really good job, okay? 5 times 5 is a perfect square number there. We get 25. And then my units are meters. And don't forget, some of you forgot this on the test, that it's meters squared for any area problem. Yeah, Miles. Yes. All right, perfect square numbers. Write this down. Write down these words. Perfect square numbers. You want to recognize these as perfect squares, okay? And the reason they're perfect squares is because it's the same number times itself gets you that number, okay? Put your hand down. So 1 times 1 is 1. And so 1 is a perfect square, okay? 2 times 2 is 4. So 4 is a perfect square. What's the next perfect square number? Henry? Yeah, 3 times 3, which is? Okay, 9 is the next perfect square number. What's the next one, Piper? Exactly. The next one is 16 because 4 times 4 is 16. All right, without writing down the multiplication, so really we're just listing out perfect square numbers, right? Without actually doing the multiplication part. Aaliyah, what's the next one? Yes. Okay, and Josie, what's the next one? 36. Good. Brooks, what's the next one? 49. Good. Montana, what's the next one? 64. That's 8 times 8. Okay. Miles, what's the next one? 81. That's 9 times 9. Macy, what's the next one? Caitlin, can you help her out? 100. 10 times 10. All right. And Henry, what's the next one? Eli, what's the next one? No, we're not there yet. Yep. Emmy. 121. That's 11 times 11. And we just did this one, right? 12 times 12. 144. Let's go up to there. Let's go up to there. Okay. All right, you should know these, and that means that all of these are perfect squares, and they all have a square root, okay? A square root is the inverse operation of squaring. It's the opposite of squaring, okay? So the square root of 64, it only works because 64 is a perfect square number. Benny, what's the square root of 64?
It's 8.
It is 8, because 8 times 8 is 64. No, it's not dividing, it's square rooting. All right, now let's write this down. The square root of 100 minus the square root of 49. All right, the square root of 100 minus the square root of 49. All right, Piper, what's the square root of 100?
10.
It is 10. You need to show this work, okay? You have to show that the square root of 100 is 10. And then, Alex, what's the square root of 49? It is 7, okay? And then we subtract to get 3. All right, the square root of 36 meters squared. All right, let's go with Anusha. What's the square root of 36? 6. And what do you guys think the square root of m squared is? Oh, yeah, you guys, why did I write 3? That's 6. You guys were all looking at me like so confused. Okay, so you guys, just like 36 is 6 times 6, and the square root of it is 6, right? If I have 2 m's, the square root of it is m, all right? M squared, take the square root is just m. You'll get to that later. I don't know why they put that in here. Yes.
Because